All right, I want to come on here, and it's getting dark. This is the sunset in Maine, and we're at the Bar Harbor. We're at a campground at Bar Harbor in Maine, and the sun just set, and so it's going to be dark, but I have my microphone, and so I can have like a fireside chat with you. So let me know when you're here. I just want to come on with a quick like a hot take, okay, about all the things that are going on right now in the network marketing space. There is like a whole lot of, I guess I would call it like Chicken Little, okay, where the sky is falling, and I've even seen comments where it says something like MLM is dead, network marketing is dead, the direct sales model is failing, and all of that kind of stuff. Listen, that is the furthest thing from the truth. And I do want to say that for people who are in a company that does change their model, changes a comp plan, or does like drastically change how they're doing business, I've been on both sides of the fence when a company does that. I've been on the corporate side and I've been in the field. I've had warning, I've had no warning. I've been on both sides of the field. And one of the things that I can say is that if you are in a position where that's happening, you will learn from it. It was not all for waste. It was not all for nothing. There are some sad things that happen in any industry. Okay, in the network marketing space, there's going to be companies that do drastic cuts that impact the field in a negative way, like we're seeing some companies do, where it seems and it feels like maybe that they don't care about their field, about the things that are going on. But I can also tell you that, even when you're feeling all that kind of way, if you're in a company like that that's had this situation happening, it is not ever just for nothing. You're going to learn. You're never going to lose. You're going to learn, right? And so one of the things that when I went through something like this, is I started seeing I'm not going to say like red flags and green flags, okay, but I will just say red lights and green lights. So I've been listening to Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Light, and it's one of those things where you're going to discover things that you want in a business, in a team, in a product, in your life, and whether it is in network marketing, MLM, this kind of stuff, you guys, also happens in corporate America. So don't think that this is just a network marketing thing. That's why I don't understand some of these people who are commenting, and I mean, this is like hours old news, okay, and people are commenting that MLM is dead. Actually, no, it's not. It's still a growing, bursting business model more than ever. And that is really saying something, especially with, the whole advent of social media. People, especially big brands, are realizing now more than ever that it's not going away. This model is actually more lucrative to them than spending a bunch of money on paid advertising, Super Bowl commercials, and things like that. Companies may dip their toes in the water, and they may see, opportunity where they can just go direct to consumer and things like that. But in reality, I personally don't think that has enough stick-to-itiveness. And the reason that I'm saying that is because, can a company sell their product directly from their website to a customer? Yes, that is a model, okay? That is an affiliate marketing model. However, in my personal experience, what I've seen is that people join these types of businesses not just because they want to make money by selling a product to a customer. They also enjoy the community aspect of it in terms of helping other people do the same thing. They enjoy the aspect of selling a product to a customer because they love it, they believe in it, and that's why I got started with mine, right? Is because I love it and I believe in it. But there's definitely a community side to it, to where when you lock arms with people and you're actually having fun doing your business. It's the same reason why some people who, if they work a traditional job and they love their job and they don't want to, retire, they don't want to stray away from their full-time career. A lot of times it's not because they are like, oh, I love what I get to do every day. It's a lot of times what you're hearing is, if for people who really truly love the job and they love their career, they actually love the people that they get to work with. They love the people that they get to work with. And that's a big thing. I feel like that these companies who are shifting away from the network marketing model, where they're taking away the team building or that kind of stuff, and they're only just strictly doing affiliate marketing, that's the piece that I feel like is going to have some big regrets for them, is because there are a lot of people who just, they truly love who they work with. And when people don't feel that anymore, that's when you see people leave. It's usually for something like that. So that the whole like Chicken Little thing, the sky is falling, like, oh, the network marketing model is dying and the direct sales model is, no, it's not. Okay, that's fake news. Don't listen to that. It's actually a bigger industry now than it ever has been. It's growing, it's thriving. Like, there's literally people doing this still successfully. There are still companies out there that are doing things the right way, that are growing. Listen, and here's the deal too. Just because, and I say this to my team all the time, I'm literally doing this all the time to my team, because I truly want to paint the picture that there is no legitimate business on the planet, on the online space, in the MLM space, in corporate America, in any country. There's no business ever in existence that's a real business that does not have ebbs and flows. Every legitimate business has ups and downs. So I think the important thing for people, especially if you have been impacted by a company that is either like cutting, or they're going through a huge dip and it's a loss, or they're making drastic cuts that's negatively impacting the field, I think one of the biggest things to remember is that that's the company's decision. That does not define who you are, and that does not define your worth. It does not define what you can do next. You are not, like, that is not what embodies all of you. That's not your whole self. That's a piece of you, and probably a big piece of your heart. If you're like me, you like put your whole heart into something, and that probably, it hurts, right? But I want, because I have a lot of friends who have been negatively impacted by stuff like this, and I just want you to know that is not the entirety of you. But one thing that, when it happened for me, and I say for me, it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. One of the things that I am so grateful for going through that, now that I'm on the other side of it, okay, because it's going to hurt at first, but now that I'm on the other side of it, one of the things that I'm so grateful for is that I learned what to look for. I learned some red lights, and I learned some green lights, and I learned things that, like, about myself, and I learned things that, I didn't want to put up with anymore. I learned what to put on a list, like, if, okay, the next time I look for a place that I do want to go, here's all the things that I want. And I literally made like a whole checklist of all these things that I didn't think were even possible, that I didn't think like even existed. And I learned, I was able to look back with crystal clear vision to be able to see, okay, if I knew then what I know now, those I would consider like red lights, right? And those are things that I should have paused. So when I go forward on this next move, here's some things that are an absolute hard stop for me, and here are some things that I would really love to have wherever I'm going next. And it's going to be different for everybody. For me, it was stuff like, I want it to be debt free. I don't want to be associated with a company that has a corporate building, because that's money that they're spending that could be spent on their compensation plan, or money that they could be spending to spend on product ingredients to make things better, or a customer referral program, or what. If a company had to, for me, okay, this is just for me, it's my opinion, it's my page. For me, if a company had a corporate building, to me, that was like a hard stop. Absolutely not. Like, I don't even need to see anything more, because I know where you're spending your money. And to me, that's like a huge slap in the face. So I don't want them to have a corporate building. I wanted them to be debt free. I wanted it to be at least 9-to-1 customers to promoters. I like a company to be privately held for a lot of reasons, but too many cooks in the kitchen is usually not a good meal, does what make, right? So there's a lot of things that go into your decisions of, how to choose a company that's right for you. And I'm happy to have private conversations like with you. If you need like my checklist, I literally still have it written down. I had it on a Google document, because I was like, I'm just going to have a whole like wish list. If I could wave a magic wand and boop, like it's the company that you didn't even think existed. What would that look like? I literally rattled off all these things. I didn't think that it existed. but I had a whole like a whole list of things going where I wanted a product that spoke for itself. I wanted it to be super compliant. I didn't want the field making super hypey claims about the products or the opportunity, like the income. I don't want any kind of like sleazeball marketing. Like, even, it's not me. I would never market that way. I don't market that way. My team doesn't market that way. But I also don't want to be associated with a field that's kind of known for being sleazy, or like kind of gross marketing like that, hypey. I don't like that. I also didn't want to be a part of a company that was under 5 years old. Now, nothing against companies that are startups. I'm just saying, like, for me, because I've been through companies that have hiccups and all that kind of stuff. I don't want that for me. I didn't want that. I didn't want to go through that again. For some people, they love it and it's like a thrill. It's like the kind of roller coasters that's got loops in it. Okay. And for me, I was tired of the loops. I didn't want to go through all those loops. So I'm just saying, if you're going through something like that, start making a list of all the things that you love about this industry. Start like rekindling that fire of the things that you love about the industry, the things that you love about the, if in your mind's eye, like if you could design a company that you want to be a part of, what would that look like? Like, what would it have? What are the benefits and the features of how would that feel? But I guess my main point of like coming on here live is don't forget who you are. You learned something as a part of whatever company you were part of. You leveled up in your leadership. You leveled up in your sales skills. You leveled up in your team building skills. And that is something they cannot take away from you. Even if the corporate team shuts it down, cuts it out, whatever, you still get to walk away with everything that you built in here and in here. They can't take any of that away from you. That is the stuff that you can take to the next place you go if you do decide to go somewhere else, right? If you decide to like stay where you are and you love where you are, no matter what that looks like for you, that's still something that you can say, okay, lesson learned based on what this is going on, and now I can develop this into something more and create the life that I deserve, to create the life that I literally think about, and develop that into where you are right now, right? It's kind of like staying home and making something where it is. Or if it's time to move, take that piece with you. But no matter what, you still are who you are in here. Don't let any corporate team tell you who you are and who you are not. All right, that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys are having a great night.